What does self-love feel like? Self-love. You know how we take selfies? Self-love, selfie love. Huh? Selfie love. Adriana, I want to know what self-love feels like. In the morning, noon, and night. I want to know what self-love feels like. Self-love. Loving thyself, Adriana. Huh? See, let me talk to you about there's a void for geese. Marie, Reyes. There's a void that stands between us and ourself. There's a void that stands between us and ourself, which makes it hard for us to relate to ourselves. Say it again. There's a void, there's an emptiness that stands between you and yourself. There's an emptiness there. And it seems like you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, but there's still an emptiness inside. They may tell you they love you all the time. They tell you, I love you every day, morning, noon, and night. But there's still a void. It feels like it's no love there. Even though someone is telling us, I love you, I love you, I love you. But there's still a void there. You ever felt that? Ever felt like that? Like there was some type of emptiness. Sand, you ever felt that way? Like there is some type of emptiness, even though people are showering down love upon us, it still feels empty, right? So that's what I'm sharing with you, that emptiness is self-love. Without self-love or more, there's an emptiness there in spite of everyone telling us they love us. Your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your friend, your best friend, your BFF. They text you, I love you, have a good day. Yeah, but there's still some kind of emptiness. And you know what it is? That emptiness, Anderson, is self-love. Self-love. We empty inside without loving ourselves to full capacity. Huh? What you say about it, Anderson? To full capacity. You ever drove a fast car? You wanted to feel the power. So, because you want to know what it feels like. Just one touch of self-love. I want you to know what that feels like. Just one touch of self-love, just one drop. You know what they say about nicotine? They say if you get just one pure drop of nicotine, just one pure drop, it could kill you. So I'm here to tell you, one drop self-love, Maria, will heal you, not kill you. See, it's something about self-love, that self-love will never hurt you. Self-love will never hurt you. You hurt yourself by not loving yourself. Huh? You and we hurt ourselves by not loving ourselves. So today, we're going to begin to fill that void that we feel. And this is how you begin to stop feeling that way. Stop waiting every day for someone to say, I love you. Start your day off by saying to yourself, I love you. Tell yourself. And you should feel the same. And see, you're not apart. There's just a void there. So once you tap into the self-love, guess what you done tapped into? Cakes. When you tap into the self-love, check this out, Shay. Let me tell you what you done tapped into. You done tapped into joy. That's down on the inside, ready to be made full. We need our love to be to its fullest capacity. When we self-love, sometimes we put out so much love to other people, and that love, it don't love us back. And see, we gotta be tired of that. Too much love going out, and not enough love coming in. So we talking about there's a void that stands in between us. And it seems that it's getting hard to relate to yourself. You can't relate to yourself like you used to. There was once upon a time you didn't care what no one had to say about you. But now, since social media done came out, and likes and comments, it's like everything. I took a picture, they didn't like it. I made a post, they didn't like it. See, we worry about what other people have to say. And all the other people that we are so in desperate need of don't care. See, it's you laying in that bed at night alone. It's you taking a shower, taking a bath alone. Look how much time you spend with yourself. It's you having to use the bathroom. It's you by yourself. You don't spend enough time with yourself. We go running back to somebody that we think, or running back to somebody that said, I love you. But you know what that little heart of yours is saying on the inside? Purple hair. Purple hair don't care. But you know what that little heart is saying on the inside? What about me? Love me. And I'm going to share something with you. What that little voice is going to begin to say today to you. That little voice, that little heart is going to begin to say, only if you knew how much I do love you. That's what your heart is telling you. Whatever your name is, say your name. Patrick. Your heart is telling you, only if you knew how much I love you. Your heart is telling you only if you knew how much I need you. You don't believe that. I can tell you don't believe it. Looking at me crazy. Man, what is he talking about? Give me something that makes this body feel good. Hatred makes your body feel good. Somebody who hates you can make you feel your body feel good. All they gotta do is give you something they turn you on to. That you smile, they say, you like this? Yeah, I like it. You like this cow? You like this? Yeah, I like it. So they dangle it and candy to a baby. Gotta fill that void. Like I said, there's a void that stands between us. And it's making it hard for you to relate to yourself. Think about it. You only relate to what other people say. You only relate to another person's post. You only relate to another person's picture. Because 100,000 people like somebody else's picture, you like it too. But the inside of you is saying, what about me? What about the beautiful picture I like that nobody liked? That's what yourself is saying. What about the beautiful post that I like that you made? That's right. Because there's a little angel on the inside of you telling you, only if you knew. Andrea, what you think about it? There's a voice inside of you, Carol, saying, only if you knew how much I do love you and need you. Listen, a few more minutes. Iron Man. But you check this out, Iron Man. There's no greater love than self-love. See, you came into this world alone, and you're gonna go out alone. And your love is alone in itself. And there's a void between you and that love. That's just waiting. Standing and waiting. Waiting and standing. Saying, what about me? What about us? Huh? Look in the mirror and say, what about us? What you say about it, Iron Man? Big, strong Iron Man. When you working out. When you look in that mirror, Iron Man, say, what about us? And be serious. Because it's time that you got serious about the love that's inside of you to help you. The love that's inside of you to encourage you. The love that's inside of you to build you up. The love that's inside of you will lift you up. The love that's inside of you will give you joy. The love that's inside of you will make you happy. Real happiness is self-love. Because that love that's inside of you will lift you up daily. You gotta believe that. You gotta believe the love that's inside of you will lift you up. And it will fill that void that's between you and you. There's a void between you and you. Because you do everything else for yourself. But practice mastering self-love. You do everything else for yourself, Andrea, but to master self-love. You go buy the car you want. You go buy the shoes you want. You go buy the hat you want. You go buy everything that you think is gonna make you happy. Take all that stuff back and start over with self-love, Andrea. That's what's gonna make you happy. It's filling that void in between you and yourself. That's self-love. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. You say, man, that don't make no sense. I know who I am. I comb my hair the same way every day. I put on the same type of clothes every day. I know who I am. That's just the physical. That's the outside of you. That's what other people see. But the real you can't be seen. That's only you and I who can see that. The real us. The real person that gets lonely at night. The real person that gets lonely during the day. That real person that gets lonely in the afternoon. That real person that's ready almost to give up today. Ready to commit suicide today is because of self-hatred. See, people have built us up for self-hatred. They start off by liking your comment. They like your post. They like your comment. Then all of a sudden you don't get no more likes. That's a test. Test. Don't fail your test, pass your test. And don't worry about all that mess. Worry about loving you. It sounds so beautiful. Doo-doo-doo. Bianca, tell yourself, I'm loving you. Yeah, so we're gonna fill that void. Self-love will fill the void that stands in between you and yourself. So for the rest of the day, Bianca, think about mastering self-love. That is the love that is down on the inside of you, for you, and by you. Listen at that. The love inside of you is for you and by you. So you might say, well, what about my wife? What about my husband? What should I do about them? Teach them to love themselves, because that is the greatest love of all. Not you loving them is not the greatest love of all. That's a beautiful thing to love someone else. But the greatest of all love is for you to love who? You. So you tell yourself, look in the mirror and say, from this day forward, the love is between me and you. That's you looking in the mirror. A selfie love. Don't just stop at selfie. Selfie love. Andrea, selfie love. Tanya, Nicole, Maria, selfie love today. I surrender. Tell yourself, I surrender to you. I've ignored you for too long. I'm tired of this emptiness on the inside. It's been there for too long. Let me share with you how it feels to miss out on self-love. When we were children, we enjoyed playing with ourselves. Sometimes we could be playing with other people. Sometimes them people could still be playing and we'll go off to ourselves and play. And as a child, be more happier playing with our own toys, making our own animals talk to each other. Remember the Transformers and animals, you make them talk, I'm gonna get you, I don't like you, I hate you. Remember we used to play and make up our own little jokes? Remember? As a child, has anybody ever came in the room and said, what you laughing at? What's so funny? And you was by yourself, loving yourself. But it wasn't until this whole self-hating social media came around you and started telling you what they like about you. What they like. See that? And sometimes what they love about you. Sometimes you think they love you, but they love to see you make a fool out of yourself and laugh. And then you know what you say after you made a fool out of yourself? After I made a fool out of myself? You know what we say? I knew it. Who telling you that? Self-love. That little loving person inside that's saying, what about me? That loving person inside that's saying, what about me? So today, look in the mirror and say, what about me? And you know what that person inside is gonna say? I love you. And that's the love that's gonna fill the void. That's the love that's gonna cheer you up. That's the love when nobody texts, when nobody calls, when nobody like your posts, when nobody like your pictures. That's self-love. It's steady singing and ringing. I love you. Like that ringtone? That's the selfie love ringtone. I love you. Love you. I love you more today. Man, tell yourself, I love you more today, and I care for you. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, in such a special way. Tell yourself, I thank you. Tell yourself, I appreciate you. Tell yourself, I love you. And tell yourself this, Leanna, I magnify my name. Yeah, tell yourself that. Turn self-hatred off. Turn that stuff off. Turn off. Got an off and on button. Turn on the self-love. Turn off the self-hate. The light of self-hatred is shining real bright today. Because every time we go to somebody else's page, somebody talking about what you ain't got and what you not. You ain't this and you ain't that. You ugly. You ain't this. Y'all ain't got this. I live in Timbuktu and we know what to do. You live down there and don't nobody care. See, hatred. That builds self-hatred. Little drops of hate. Little drops of hate builds. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Plant that seed of love and let's water that love. Nothing but positive energy. Nothing but positive people. Nothing but loving of self type of people. A person that loves themselves is not, oh, they're gonna love you. No. A person that loves themselves will focus on teaching and encouraging you and I to love ourselves. And that when we come together, the love is full. See, when you see people on social media, Lay, Julia, Heya, hey Maria, listen, when we see people that's looks like having fun, and they flashing all their money, and they flashing all their cars, and they talking about, yeah, mama, I'm this, mama, and I'm that, mama, and I'm this, and I go here, and they talk all that. Look at the people around them. Some of them looking, yeah, because everyone around you has to have self-love, not just what I'm doing and where I'm going. Yeah, so you could be going a lot of places, and sometimes a dog that chases his tail, he think he going a lot of places. He ain't going nowhere but in a circle. Right. But circle around with that love today. Fernando, self-love, selfie love today. Don't just take a selfie and run. Don't just take a selfie, oh, that was cute, and move forward. No, selfie love. Stay right there. Stay right there in love, with loving you. And it will be easy once you realize that you are beautiful. So, y'all stay blessed and no stress. Look at these people in here. Self-love. Push it. Self-love. Self-love. Climbing mountains. Moving around. Big Mike, what's up, bro? You doing all right? Okay, all right. Yes, sir. That's right, that's Brother Mike. He was turned on about the idea of self-love. The brother in the gym, he exercising self-love now. Mike said that was the spark I needed. I needed that spark of inspiration, of self. Remember, there's a songwriter wrote, he made a confession. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be gone for the day. Listen. He said, looking for love in all the wrong places. Right? Okay. He could have made a song that said looking for love in all the right places. But they don't know. They don't know where the love is. Huh? Beatrice, Alana. A lot of people don't know where the love is. They searching. They looking at a butterfly in the sky. And it flies down and they say, oh, love has found me. Love don't have to find you. You gotta find love. And stop searching outside. Searching outside when love is inside. And guess what? Guess how small the love inside of you is? The size of a mustard seed. Huh? It's the size of a mustard seed. That's why you're looking and can't find it. Not knowing that it's right here on the inside. Ready to grow. Huh? Ready to grow. Listen. Have you ever saw a tree get planted? I mean, I'm talking big old huge trees. Do you know when a person planted that seed, they didn't know that tree was gonna grow that big and live hundreds of years without falling? That's how self-love is. It can live for years and it won't fail you. Love won't fail you. Others' love will fail you. Because guess what? Guess what happens when we get hurt? You know the first thing we say? I thought you loved me. See? It's right there. When you and I fall in love with someone else, and that relationship doesn't work, guess what we say? I thought you loved me. When you start crying, I thought you loved me. That type of love fails you. But the good love that you can feel morning, noon, and night is self-love, selfie love. The love that's there in the morning, the love that's there in the noonday, the love that's there in the night. See? And you say, oh man, shut up. Okay? How you know? Love don't talk. Yeah, but love is a spirit. It moves. The wind don't talk, but you hear it. Huh? So self-love talks too. But you can feel it. You can feel when you loving yourself. Because you get better. You can feel self-love. Because it's self-motivating. Don't nobody have to tell you they love you. You can wake up in the morning and say, I love you. I love you today. You look yourself dead in the mirror and say, and I care for you in a special way. You don't have to wait for nobody else to love on you really real. Nobody got to love on you. Love on yourself. That's right. We talking about self-love. Filling that void on the inside of us. Where we feel that there's no love. There is love. You got to tap into it. It's on the inside. Hurting. There's a love on the inside of us, King Real, that's saying, huh? What is it saying? I love you. Yeah. Remember that song we sung in the kindergarten? I love you. You love me. Yeah, tell yourself that. Go back to the kindergarten stage. When it was self-love, when you loved yourself. When you ran real fast and you loved it. When you threw the ball up and ran and catch it. You you loved yourself. Yeah. Self-love, selfie love. Huh? There's a little angel on the inside of you singing this morning saying, only if you knew how much I do love you. That's on the inside. See? You wait for somebody else to love you and make you feel it, you're just gonna end up with momentary pleasure that you thought was love. The greatest love of all is loving yourself. And the only way that love in yourself can be made full is you have nothing but positive energy. Listen to the negativity that tears down you wanting to love yourself. Because first of all, when you listen to somebody else, they're gonna tell you what you ain't got. Yeah, check this out, little homie. You ain't doing it like this, man. See? The biggest room we have is room for improvement. The biggest room we have is a room for growth. You see, I showed you how big this place is. Everybody in here growing in some kind of way, growing muscles. But I'm letting all these people know I come in contact with, grow that self-love. Yeah, don't work out to make somebody else see you. Work out for when you go on home, you see you. And you say, I love that work today. I love how you spend time with me today. Let yourself minister to you. Say, you're doing better, champ. You're doing better, queen. You're doing better, sister. You're doing better, brother. Yeah, that's self-love talking now. Huh? That's self-love talking, telling you, you beautiful. You wait on somebody else to tell you you're beautiful, Elisa, guess what? They ain't gonna tell you, because they know that's what you're waiting on. Huh? You like T. Mold us. Huh? Don't wait on nobody else to tell you they love you. You love you. And tell them to love theyself. And when we come together, we can teach each other more about self-love. Right. So in order to know what good love feels like today, remember, self-love first. Huh? And then we can love one another after we've mastered loving self. Alright? Just a beautiful day out here in California. Huh? Beautiful day. Yes, indeed. And we're going to love ourselves today. Huh? We're going to love on ourselves more today than we did yesterday. Okay? Come on now. We're going to pray for ourselves today harder than we prayed for ourselves yesterday. We're going to have more faith in ourselves today than we did yesterday. Because today is the last day for the rest of your life. You'll never see this day again. You see another day, be blessed, but today, give it your best. Selfie love. Huh? Right? So much love, much selfie love, much peace, much joy, much happiness. Down on the inside, where that self-love is burning and ready for some fuel. Huh? About 2 weeks ago, our self-love was on empty, where we should be halfway on full. All right, gone. Everybody still moving in here? Everybody slow down yet? It's an increase. It's an increase on the self-love. It's an increase, not a decrease. It's an increase. So increase the love that comes from above. And you know what? We're going to end it off like this. Much selfie love. Much selfie love. And much, much more self-love.